Hello and welcome back. We're able to get a rematch with this player, so let's get started. So it's EP1 here. We're doing some chess matches, and we just finished one where I was playing with the black pieces, and this time I will start with the white pieces, which actually is scarier for me, even though in chess it's a little bit of an advantage to go first. But for me, I am really bad at the openings, so I don't like it when I have to go first. But um, yeah, so like I'm not sure what I should do here. I could trade the pawns and then trade the queen, and then that will force him to move his king. Maybe we do that. It does make it a little bit boring to trade the queen so early, but by moving his king, he can't castle now, and I can. So I think that's a pretty big advantage. So we should utilize that right away and see what we can get. Um, any reason to do queenside shenanigans? Maybe, yeah. We'll see. So there's no obvious good spot for me to move my dude. If he's trading, I'm happy to trade. It would sort of ruin though our defensive line here in the back, especially if I'm going to castle that side. But there's no queen around, and so shouldn't be that hard to defend. This is a cool move. A lot of times people just instinctively trade. I will do the castle because it will also put him in check, so it'll force him to move, and the initiative will be regained by me. I'll still have the next move, sort of. Doesn't kill my piece, just puts his in the way. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and put some pressure. Now, he can easily push this pawn up, and he has this knight protecting, so it's not really a lot of pressure, but this bishop is pinned. It can't just come down and eat my bishop because the rook is in the way. Okay, he does predictably go back, which is a fine move. Um, I could go here. The only problem is if he pushes this all the way down, then so it's interesting. I could just move here, which is fine. I could trade, and I will get two pawns for the price of my bishop, which is actually a bad deal. You know, usually you would value the bishop at three pawns, but I think it's like an odd little. Oh no no no. Can I do that? Bang bang bang. Yeah, and then he can't take. So let's have some fun with it. I recognize the right move is probably just to move over there, but I am curious to see if we could make something of this position, and um, I like it because the knight goes here, and then in two moves we could set up a nice pin. So this is a really cool place for the knight to be, and then it'll be pretty well supported here by the rook. And all right, hopefully he didn't move that because he sees what's happening. And hopefully he knows that he can't castle now because he's already moved his king. So I hope that he didn't make that move for that purpose. He might have just done it to develop his piece. He has this pawn in the way, so he can't do this traditional move here with the knight, so maybe he needs to go across. But I have this pawn here that's really limiting his options. He'd have to go like here or here. Anyway, this is all good. This bishop is no longer pinned because my knight is in the way, but there's no great place for it to go right now that will put me in trouble. Plus, I have again he has to do something to prevent this obvious next move from coming to fruition. So we are down a pawn, or technically we're down a bishop, but up two pawns. So overall down -1. But hopefully we have cleared up enough of his space, and the fact that we were able to castle and he wasn't will make us a little bit more even. This is a weird move here. Um, so now I have to decide, do I want a free bishop? Because I could just come down here and gobble it up and he's in check. Or do I want to go here and pick up the rook? Rook is more expensive. It's worth 5. Bishop is only worth 3. But when I've already lost my bishop and he has both of his, that kind of gives him a little bit of an advantage. So I'm going to go ahead and do this again. Might not be the best move. Maybe doing this here would have been smarter. But I don't like the fact that he has two bishops side by side. He can start really causing me trouble. So, all right, this is fine. What am I going to do now? I want the a lot of options here. Move the rook out here and then try to get the second one behind it so that we could start causing him some real issues. Alternatively, we could move the knight back here and do a check. Again, normally you don't want to just do a check for the sake of checking, but I am, I don't know, hopeful that he'll move his king right back here, and then we could do this pin again. He doesn't, which is fine. That's the right thing there. So this knight is being protected by the rook, so we don't have to worry about it too much. I will still do this, and the reason for that is having two defending pieces is better than one, but also I want to put some pressure on this knight, and I could do like a check, moving my knight over here, and then when he responds to that, I can gobble up his knight for free. So that's a reason for that. Again, he doesn't have to go that way. He could make some move that forces me to respond, but if he doesn't do anything that forces me to respond, then I have this move next, and I can gobble up a piece for free. So we'll see. To avoid that, all he has to do is, for instance, move his king here, or yeah, that doesn't change anything. We'll still do this, and he has to respond to that. Now he could move here with his king, which he does. So now I could take, but then he just takes right back. So is there a better move for me? I could move my rook here, check, but then he just takes the knight for free. So that doesn't seem to be a viable move. So I hate to lose my guy, but I can't defend both of these pieces. Like I could push my pawn up to protect this guy, but then he takes the bishop for free. So we're going to have to do this, and that sucks too, because not only does he take my knight back, causing that even trade, but now this pawn is under a lot of pressure. Okay, he proposes a take back, but then cancels. I'm not sure what that's all about. Anyway, like I'm fine doing, I'm happy to do a take back, but I think his move is strong. That's why I'm confused. Not I don't, again, I'm not good at this game, and I'm happy to do take backs. But I just thought his move was so strong that's why I was confused. We'll move our rook here just because it's in a nice supported place, and we want to get our second rook to do some work for us. So even if he moves like here with his king or here, our rook is in immediate danger at least, and we can start getting second rook into action. Interesting. Okay, didn't expect that, but that's fine. What we can do is we can push this pawn up, and then he pretty much has to go here. Yeah, but then what do we do after that? We could start getting our bishop down, but we can't get it there. Yeah, that's not too exciting. We could do this with our knight and try to get it involved as well. And I like that move a decent amount, so let's do that. Oh, I didn't realize that was checkmate. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, this bishop here, knight and rook, really limited his options. So unintentional checkmate, but we'll take it. Good game. really enjoyed our games. Would love to play more after dinner or some other time when you are free. No pressure. Have a good one. Oh, he's already gone. All right, all right. Well, anyway, let's review that briefly before we sign off. So again, I started as white, and again, I'm not sure. I don't know good openings. I did this like if he was going to take, I would take with my queen, and then I don't know what to do after that. But luckily, that didn't happen. We just traded our queens, and this was great for me because once you move your king, you're not allowed to castle, and castling is pretty useful because you're putting your king usually in a secure spot, and you're moving two pieces in one move. It's the only move in chess where you can do that, two of your own pieces moving at the same time. So generally it's a good idea to do it, and so that gives us a small advantage. Then we did some funny business here, so he got me in check, and I put my knight in the way, and instead of trading, he stepped back, and I was able to castle on the queen side, causing a check, and this bishop is pinned now, but he's able to get out of it. This was a critical point of the game where, again, normally this would have been the proper move. I think the bishop to b3, and we could have done some good stuff with it, but I wanted to try something a little different, and technically we were down on material after that, but we were able to rally. And then this was a big blunder here. So he moves the bishop out of the way, which he can do now because it's no longer being pinned by my rook. But the problem is, as soon as I move my knight someplace, I can get him in check, and so I could either take this bishop for free immediately, or I could have put the knight here, and he would have been under check from two locations, from two pieces, and then he would have just had to move out of the way, and then I would have gobbled up the rook for free. But because I didn't want both of these bishops here causing trouble, I went with the bishop, even though in general the rook is the more valuable piece to take in that situation. And then things were not too exciting. This was a cool move here because I was going to set up taking this knight for free, but he was able to prevent that by moving his king. And so then we traded evenly, and then we started ensnaring the king. He was sort of going by himself here. Probably would have been more prudent to fall back to his side of the board, but by coming in closer, we were able to do this check, which ended up being a checkmate that I wasn't aware of. But now that I look at it, that was he couldn't move forward here because of the pawns. This rook is controlling space nicely, and he can't take the rook because it's being supported. And then this bishop is causing some troubles as well. So, good game. Thank you for watching. EP1 signing off.